All right, everybody, welcome back to the Eric and Tom Show. Today's episode, how to. We're going to show you how to make a cutting board. Right before we do that, though, look, real quick, we want to tune you into something, let you know what's going on. Check this out. We're on my computer, okay? This is where we get a lot of our epoxy resin from. Check that out. 268,000 people follow Countertop Epoxy with over 1 million likes. And what I want to show you, okay, this is a lot of the stuff on their page, but something I want to hone in on and show you. Really cool. Right down. I know we're almost there, Tom. A little bit further. Where we at? There we are. Look, check this out. Right on their page. Boom. So that's mine and Tom's video. Okay, that is a custom tricked out. Sorry, my internet's slow or else it would be playing. There you go. So you've seen this video before. We've aired it. This sucker ended up being 27 foot long, custom made all the way around, plus an additional 8-foot piece, or I'm sorry, 10-foot piece over on the other side. So what we wanted to show you tuning in, while you're tuning in, okay? In order to make something like this, we got to start out a lot smaller. So look, we're going to skip screens. We're going to go right over here. This is our page right on Facebook. A lot of you all have seen that top right there. Right on our page, we show you exactly how to do that counter. So we didn't want to think people just now tuning in, just now looking, we didn't want you to think that we're about small pieces, okay? These small pieces we're trying to tune you into to learn how to do or to get started. They're basic for beginners because you're never going to sit down with a 40-footer if you can't do a small 18-inch one. It's just, you got to crawl before you walk. So check us right here on our page in case you didn't know. We do seasons. See, that's season 3, episode 1. We do seasons just like Netflix so that you're not lost when you're in our page. Right here, we are starting out with a dirty pour vanity top. We show you, there's season 3, episode 1. Season 3, episode 2, the mixing of it, the dirty pour. So on and so on. This is actually the dirty pour. This is when we pour it out. So we just wanted to tune you into those things. These are all how-to videos. We have, so there you go, right there. This is basically what we're going to be showing you how to do today. It's going to be a different color scheme, but we are using the walnut wood just like in this piece right here. That one we already have on our page to show you. We broke that down for you. So we want to let you know, if you're in the beginning stages, we've got you. We're going to teach you to crawl before you walk. If you're not, if you're more advanced, already into them, look, check this guy out. This is one of our really cool ones right here. This guy's got over 367,000 views on it from people all over the world. Really cool piece. Moving on up. I mean, again, we show you that's the install of the gray one. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Look at that guy. All kinds of stuff to see on here. So we didn't want you to judge a book by its cover. There's another one. Okay, it's all in our season 3, episode 19. For everybody just now tuning in, we are actually on season 4. This is going to be episode 6 with this cutting board. So wherever you're at in your journey, wherever you're at with epoxy, that's why we're doing it, okay? We're trying to show you everything that we know and to keep you from making a lot of mistakes, beating your head against the wall like we've done for years. So we're letting all the tricks out of the bag. We want to bring you right in, right to the phone, and show you how to do this yourself. Or if you just want to watch just for simple entertainment. So let's cut to the chase. Let's get started right into the how-to. This is a casted resin, really cool cutting board that's going to be super simple to make at home for you. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Eric and Tom Show. We are back with another how-to video for you so you can do your epoxy for you yourself. We just want to help you along. So look, check it out. Many of you all know, if you're just tuning in, we have over 250 videos on our page to show you from small projects to massive big projects. Show you every step of the way how to do it. Anybody who wants to learn, anybody who's interested, anybody who wants to get into it, we got you. All you got to do is tune in. So with that being said, we want to get started on our next project. Super small, super easy, but definitely on a bigger scale, creates a lot of challenges. So we're going to crawl before we walk. This is a casted, poured top. Casted, totally different than the tops we've been doing here lately that are pouring over a surface. So a lot of different methods. A lot of the methods are still the same. We're going to show you all the differences and what's really going on. So today we're going to be making a small, anybody can do it, cutting board. Really cool, really simple to do, and we're going to take a lot of the stress right off your plate. Show you a cool little trick to actually house this in. A lot of people right out the gate are intimidated by building a box that is completely waterproof, leak-proof, and all that stuff. They've just from networking on the internet with other people across the world, this is some of the toughest challenges for people to do, even on a small scale, because they'll build the box, they'll get it all dressed up, they put a sealant in there, they try to waterproof it, and it ends up leaking on them, which if it leaks, that means all your resin's running out, which you're losing a bunch of money. So we want to help you with that. We're going to dumb that down for you and teach you something really cool. Go to Walmart, go to a hardware store, anything, and get you a 12 by 18 baking pan. Completely waterproof, already out the gate for you. So you can skip the stresses of building your own box and risking it leaking. We're going to simplify that. You just need a baking pan, 12 by 18. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. Just wanted you to be aware. This is some old walnut off of a slab from years ago. We had it left over sitting around our shop. This is what we chose to use to do this cool little cutting board. So on this particular one, you can do this any way you want. You know, various reasons that you can do yourself. It all depends on what you're looking for as far as how you want to cut this out, what you want to see in the box. This is what me and Tom did. We actually took the character right out of the walnut, but if anybody knows about walnut, this is going to hit very dark. All this character right here, this is like what your blonde wood is, so this is going to hit really light. So we didn't want to lose a lot of that by straight cutting this, okay? So what we did, we took the center, the pretty character, and we cut that right out in the shape that it's already in. We didn't want any pinstriping here. We didn't want any razor lines making our river in the center, pinstriped. Okay, we wanted edges in the center to create the river, and then we wanted additional edges on the edge so that when this is all comes out of the mold and we go to put it through the planer, we sand it down, we put the oil on. It's really cool. There's going to be spots of the counter or the cutting board where the wood actually flows over, followed by a turn where it meets the resin and flows over. So it's going to get a superior look at the end instead of just your typical wood all the way around with the resin in the center. We wanted resin everywhere. So that is what we did. We have already done the first one, gotten it pretty much ready to drop down in the pan. We just need to create our size. Again, we're working with 12 by 18. So your sides, of course, your back, it all looks, you know, relatively rough right out the gate. All we did was sand this with a 150 grit, both sides, after we cut it out. So we're going to show you exactly, we're going to cut this one out, do it for you so you can see, but this is the look we're going for, and then we will get into this here just a little bit later. So let us get this set right up. We're going to bring you right back, and it's super simple. We're just going to cut right along the character itself. I actually cheat and cut a little further out because I love that blonde, how it hits. This is all going to be dark. We left some of that blonde in there on purpose so it gives it more of a look, more cool features. So we're going to get this other one cut up. Bring you right back, and we're going to show you about dropping it down in the pan, getting your pan ready, and let's get on with this casted cutting board. Okay, so look, I want to show you here. Check it out. Get this guy unclamped. So, remember I told you we were riding along with whatever shape it took. So what I want you to notice, I could have rode with that dark line. I chose to come out 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch in spots just to get some of that blonde to hit on that edge, okay? We're going to end up routing this at the end of the day. You'll see what I'm saying at the very end, why this is so important now to think about the end result on the front side. So all we're going to do, here's this one. Here's this one. The reason these still look different, this, all we did was cut it. This has already been sanded with 150 grit just to scuff up, clean up the surface, and get down to the character. That's all we did. So that's all we're going to do with this guy. 150 grit, right on an orbit sander. We're going to run it across the face till it becomes smooth like this, down to the character. We're going to do the edges all the way around, and we're going to do underneath. And it is literally that simple. We're going to be ready to house this guy in our waterproof box. All right, so look, so we're back. This is the easiest way, and we want to show you this because we want you to see. It's hard to see the end result. You always got to think of the end result and how it's going to look. It's not just about cutting these 12 to 18, leaving enough space in the center, and then just dropping them down in there. There's a little more thinking involved. So check this out. I want to show you something. Tom, let me see it real quick. We have our pieces set out over the baking pan, just resting. Obviously, our widths and the character we've got already is right on the point. But it is our length right now, cutting these to the 18 inches. I want to show you how we're going about that. None of this is square yet, okay? None of these edges are square, even though they're cut. They're not square. So in order to make our square, I want you to see how my pencil line is just on the inside of the pan. And just on the inside of the pan. So I know if I cut that line, that's going to drop right down in there for me because I'm looking from up here down. And I like the look. This is what you're looking for on the front side. I like the look of how this is going to hit because this is going to be resin right through here in this gap. So that means the resin is going to hit the wood. And when we go to cove this later, that pretty edge is going to go over of the color of the resin. Right in the turn, the wood is going to start. So we're literally going to do like a yin and a yang, a yin-yang, to where the wood goes and curves to the turn and then resin picks up, plus it's coved over. So if you're following along, hopefully you understand that approach. Hopefully you understand that method. Again, it's just, we're looking past where we're at now. We're thinking about the finish and how we really want to see this. So we want some resin down in these sides along with here, because that beautiful wood is going to come around and right in the heart of that turn, it's going to pick up with the resin, which is going to make that edge look super cool. So now that we have these two marks, we're going to cut these straight right here, follow along that line, and then that's going to be this side of the baking pan, which will tell us from that point to measure over and in this side square. So we're going to cut that, drop them down in here. We're going to show you. We're going to bring you right back. We're not doing anything different. All right, so look, because we cut out the character and this is not square, that's why we can't be up against the fence. It's going to cause our piece to tweak a direction we don't want to be in the pan. So the easiest way to do that, bring your saw down, set it right on the line, and then roll it out to make sure it is going to cut that line completely straight. That way, we know we're gapped back here off the fence. We know that side is going to be squared up the way we wanted it, the way we were looking down in the pan. So look, check it out. And look, for anybody at home, don't try to cut right through that in one swipe, regardless of your saw blade, okay? You're gonna butcher up and burn this side. So just ease into it. We cut probably 3/8 of an inch per swipe. 3 swipes later, now we got it. Now, let me show you this. So we already did one. We're gonna show you a little demonstration here. This is our one sitting in here, okay? We know that's exactly how we wanted that. It's going to sit in here just like that. So don't sweat. Don't worry about it's not touching flush all the way to the walls. We're not trying to do that. We want the resin to flow in behind there so we get that cool effect from going from the wood to the resin. That's why we're doing that. So at this point where you have this, in order to stay square, we're going to put this right here to the edge and right here to the corner, exactly like we look down on it, right there. Now we're going to reach over here on this other side. And just like we did over there, we're going to make 2 marks looking down on it. There you go. So at this point, it don't matter if that is perfectly straight or not. It does not matter at all, because at the end of this, we're going to have to trim up and straighten up factory edges all the way around just to get a router on there to be able to go straight so it's not running back and forth and bouncing, okay? So that's how we go about that with something that is not square at all to begin with. So we're going to get this cut up. We're going to stage it down in here and show you. And then we're going to bring you to the next step, how we need to dress up this pan real quick for your pour. All right, so look, if you did all that correctly, here's where we are at, okay? Single piece, remember, 150 all the way around, including the edges and sides. We're going to set it right back down in here, and the other piece. All we did was set them kind of in the center and then push them to where they don't move anymore. That's it. So all this right through here is going to be resin. This is going to be resin back here, and in the center. Because when we go to cut this, cove it, shape it, all that, that's where that wood and that resin is going to meet. In corners, it's going to get twisted up, and it's going to put a really cool extra little bit of graphics and details in this piece than your typical pinstripe. So that's going to close out this episode. This is season 4, episode 6. So episode 7 of season 4 is going to be getting the pan ready, setting your wood down in here, getting everything clamped, ready for the pour. And then the episode after that is going to be the pour. So again, if you're just tuning in, check it out, follow along. It's going to be the next 3 episodes, 6, 7, and 8 on season 4, right on our page, just like Netflix, so you can follow along. So if you're watching this, we've already got the other one on our page. Go to it, check it out all the way to the finish. You won't be sorry.